Hello, everybody. Happy Monday evening. I don't know how much longer it's going to be happy, but tonight we're doing something a little bit different. This is a game that I just picked up. It was a Kickstarter campaign. It is called Deep Regrets, an unfortunate fishing game. It is for 1 to 5 players, although the solo does play a little bit different. So tonight we're going to be doing a two-handed two-player game just so you guys can get a feel of what the main version of the game is like, and we'll see how we do. Also, I'm going to be utilizing a couple different camera angles because although there's not a lot of board on here, I did want to get as close up on these on the items as I could get, just so you guys could appreciate um, how beautiful this game is. This has really been one of my favorite Kickstarter campaigns from start to finish. Starting with so everybody that got this in a Kickstarter campaign, when it came, it was wrapped in this like faux newspaper package, and unfortunately, I did not do a very good job of taking it off and tore it a little bit. So, but yeah, everything, the artwork, the game pieces, it all is really really nice, and I'm very excited for this to come out into retail, which I believe is going to happen pretty soon. And there's even already a expansion that will be coming out to Kickstarter, I believe in a couple of months. So there is a link down the show notes to the company's website if you want to learn more about the game there. So in the game of Deep Regrets, you are going to, over the course of a week, Monday through Saturday, you're going to be catching fish and trying to earn the most points at the end of the week. All of the different fish are worth various amounts of points. At the end of the game, you'll count up the points. However, if you go into port, everybody starts out at sea. You have the option, you can mount fish. So you see on the top of everybody's board, they have 3 different slots where they can mount 2 fish for trophies, and they'll multiply the value of the fish by 2, and then you can have 1 prize catch, which multiplies the amount by 3. And the value of the fish is also modified by the Ocean Madness track. So where the game gets its regrets from is that various things that you do as you're catching fish will cause you to draw regret cards. Um, there is a deck of 60 of them, and at the beginning of the game, you randomly take out 10 for each player, so we have a deck of 20. And every time you gain a regret card, you just put it there. You would normally keep it hidden from other players, but we'll be playing with everything showing just for the purposes of the demonstration tonight. And then as you collect cards, you move down the madness track. And so you can see that changes the value of the different fish, the fair fish, and then the foul fish, which you'll get more of the deeper you go into the ocean. It also, the more regrets you get, you actually can add more dice to your pool. So it's kind of a game of give and take. It's a lot of push your luck, and really just a whole lot of fun. So we'll start things right out here in day number 1, and we'll take you guys through a week and see what happens. I will say another nice touch is that all of the game player boards, there are 5 of them, they're double-sided, and so they actually have a kind of normal side, and then you flip them over and they have a kind of a Cthulhu-inspired side of them as well. So our poor friend here, Hogu, is on his altered side, whereas Fred is on, I guess, his regular side, we'll call it. So the to start the game, everyone gets everyone starts with 3 dice. Which you can see are made like buoys. Just like I said, everything about this game I absolutely love. Oh, and I do have to give credit. Everything is biodegradable. that came in the game box. Even the insert in the box is made of pressed paper. The bags that it comes with are biodegradable bags, so I thought that was really nice. So everyone gets their game board. They get a life preserver that is this is how you keep track of how much money you have. The most you can ever have at a time is 10. You get your ship, which everybody starts out at sea for day 1, and at depth 1. There are 3 depths out on the briny deep. Everybody gets a can of worms and their lifeboat. Can of worms is an item that allows you to peek at the top of one of these piles. They call them shoals, the different stacks there. And then it gets flipped over, and then there are various game effects that allow you to refill your worms, one of them being when you get back into port. All right, so on the first day, there are a couple steps in the for the turn that you will skip. Here is the game phases. So we skip the start phase on day 1 because everybody starts out at sea and at level 1. So the first thing we're going to do is refresh. So it's muster your courage, and that's where we will roll our dice. So everyone rolls and then moves their dice into the fresh spot. And let's see here. So Hogu got a total of 7, whereas Fred only got a total of 5. And what that means is that Fred is going to get the life preserver on this turn. So the player that rolled the most dice, or the most points on their dice, will be gets the life preserver, but then has to give it to a player of his choice. So in a 2-player game, obviously, it'll just be the other player. Oh, and I forgot the anchor is the first player marker, and you determine the first player by who had the most regrettable day. So we'll have Hogu be our first player, and then it just simply rotates clockwise at the beginning of each day. All right, so that is our refresh phase. Phase 3 is declaration, which we will also skip on day 1. That this is where you would decide whether you're going to be at sea or if you're going to come into port. So we will go right into the action phase, and for us, our actions are all going to be out at sea. The other thing that each player will get is these 2 double-sided cards. One gives you the icons for all the different actions that can happen in the game. And the other one is a double-sided card. The one side gives you an idea of where the fish are, small, middling, or large, and the ratio of them fair to foul, and at the 3 different depths. And then it gives you an overview of the actual fishing phase. So, starting with our first player, let's jump right in. Welcome to everyone joining me here live. I see Dale in the chat room. Welcome, Dale. And Scott Johnson just joined us. All right, so here we go. So Hogu, on his first turn, he is just going to go fishing here in this first shoal, is what they call each individual stack. So how the fishing phase works is first you cast, which is where you pick a shoal, and then you flip a card over. Oh boy, and we're going to start right away with one of the creepier ones. So this is a pram. So middling means the size, the small, middling, and large. And then it's either fair or foul, and this one is foul. The number here on the top left is the value of it. So unfortunately, this one has a value of 0. The number over here is how much it costs for what die value you need to catch it. And then down here, there will be various abilities. Sometimes there'll be something that happens once it's revealed, which in this case it is. Sometimes there is something that happens when you catch it. And then, as we'll see later, you can actually eat some fish to give you various benefits. So Let's see what happens as Curtis Roberts joins us. Welcome, Curtis. And he just played this weekend with your daughter's family. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm going to a game night this Thursday, and I cannot wait to bring this. I played about 5 games by myself, and it's so much fun. So thank you for tuning in, Curtis. All right. So, as we see here, this has a reveal ability, and it's all players are going to get a regret card. So we're going to start right away gaining regret. So normally when you're drawing regret, just whoever triggered it grabs it. If a action ever has all players drawing regret cards, starts with the first player and then works its way around. So we'll start with Hogu. And he's going to get a nagging regret. He killed a seabird. And that's only 1 point. Oh, and the regrets are valued 0 to 3. So he starts with that. And again, normally you'd take this and you wouldn't show it to your other players. You'd just keep them piled. But we'll put his face up over here so we can keep track of it. And then for Sailor Fred here, he also just gets a nagging regret. For 1 point, he shattered the last bottle of rum. All right, so we'll put that down here. All right, and now that we've gone through the trigger phase, now it's the pay phase. And I think that Hogu is going to decide that he doesn't want to catch this because it does absolutely no good to him. As we can see here. Oh, and actually, I forgot that now everyone has 1 regret card, so they've moved down the madness track. But as we can see here, foul catches are still worth -1. Once you do get further down, they can be worth their normal value or +1 all the way up to +2. But so this is actually worth nothing to him right now, and it doesn't even have an ability. So if you choose not to catch a fish, or if you say, like once we get down deeper, there are some fish that have a catch value that are 7 or 8. So if you didn't have enough to pay it, or if you choose not to pay it, you do still have to spend a die, and then instead of catching it, you get to draw a dink card. So these are of various abilities, various items. Some are really good, some are bad, but mostly good. So here we got a fish head. So we can discard this at any time to reduce a fish difficulty by 1. So that'll be a good thing for Hogu to have. All right, and then because he wasn't caught, this one will just stay up here until the beginning of the next turn. All right, so now we'll move over to Fred. Let's see. Oh, he should have all of his dice fresh. Let's see. So, one of the other things that you can do with your dice, instead of catching fish, is you can drop. What's the terminology? I want to get the terminology right. I think it's weigh anchor. Oh, drop sinkers. So you can spend a die to move down to a lower depth. So at depth 2 and 3, there are more valuable fish, but they'll be harder to catch. So I think we're gonna stay up here. Let's see. He's gonna he's gonna use his can of worms. So the can of worms, you simply flip it over and you get to peek at a fish. And then you can choose to either put it back on top of the stack, or you can bury it at the bottom. So he's going to use that. So we'll flip it over to its used side. And we'll look at this middle one here. Oh boy. And it is the Misery Stalker, who is large and foul. And the reveal ability is give this to the player with the most regret cards. And if it's tied, it gets discarded. So he's going to choose to put that at the bottom, because that would just basically end his turn. Nothing would happen. That would just get discarded. So, and then I guess he'll go fishing here. So first we cast. We'll flip this over, and hey, there we go. It's a nice, it's a large and fair fish. All right. Looking at it, it does have a reveal ability, and his reveal ability is that we get to discard a regret. So we will discard this regret. So normally, if I had more space, there would be two. Actually, maybe do I have enough room here? No, not really. I'll put it up top here. You do keep a separate pile of discarded regrets. So we'll just put that up top here. And then at any point, if the draw pile is empty and someone through a game action has to draw a regret card, then they would start drawing from that discard pile. All right, so we did the reveal, the trigger. Now we have the pay. So this guy is going to cost us 4 to catch. We're going to use that life preserver to reduce that down to 2. So then we only have to spend one of our dice, and we just snagged ourselves a very nice fish here. So you see its value is 5. It is a fair fish. Oh, and actually, and our madness moves back to the very top because now we have 0 regret cards. So right now, if we were able to get back into port, this would be worth 7 to us. And it does have an eat ability. So most of the fish, not all of them, but a lot of them will have this down here. That means that you can eat the fish. Basically, you just discard it, and they'll have various abilities. This one allows you to raise the value of 2 dice and discard a regret. But at 5 points, and catching a 5-pointer at depth 1 is pretty good. It's almost tempting to mount this guy when we get back, but we'll see what happens. And so again, when you catch fish, normally you would keep that hidden from other players, but we'll keep that face up for the purposes of our game here. All right, and then we go right back to Hogu. He still has 2 3s here, so and he does still have his can of worms. He's gonna save his though for now, and so he's just gonna cast over here, and we get a ghoul ray. Let's see. So there are no trigger abilities for it being revealed. This guy only costs 2. Let's see. Oh, so unfortunately, we are going to have to spend 3 to catch him. And we're going to gain another regret if we do. But I think Hogu will be our player that's not going to mind getting regret. So we'll pay the die. So that is the pay cost. Now we have the catch cost, which he does have 1 here. And that symbol means that we draw another regret. He gets another nagging regret. Forgot where I hid my bearer bonds. Oh, that is a pretty big one. So now he has 2 cards, so he'll stay in that second stack there. And now this Ghoul Ray, his ability, if you eat him, is you get to refresh 2 dice, which is very powerful because that means you can take 2 dice, either from your spent or your fresh pool, and re-roll them. So he could eat this guy right now, and basically that's how you get a longer turn out of this, but then he would also gain 2 regrets. So we'll see how daring he wants to get with gaining regret this early. As John Alexander joins us. Welcome, John. All right. Spring fishing, indeed, yes. All right, so back over to Fred. Fred is going to keep fishing. He will cast here in the middle. Oh, no. And we found a corpse. Oh, goodness. Let's see. So this is another one that all players are going to gain a regret. So starting with Hogu, he gets another nagging regret. He got stood up by a mermaid for a point, so he now has 3 regret cards. Again, the value doesn't matter until the very end of the game. And now Fred will come back. He gets a trivial regret. So 0 points, but it is still a card, so he will move back down to the level 1 on the madness. Missed a call on the new telephone. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh boy. So this corpse, it costs 2 for the pay. And it's only worth 1, and again, it is a foul one. So right now it would be worth 0 to Fred. I think that he's going to pass this one up. So he'll spend a die to not catch it. He'll draw a dink card, and he gets a pocket watch. So when we are at port, we can discard this, and it will reduce a cost at one of the shops by one. Okay, back over to Hogu, who does still have a die left. So he'll go fishing. He'll cast here, and oh boy, it's another large one. This is Haley's Folly, large and foul. Another one, when it's revealed, everyone's going to get a regret. You get a regret. You get a regret. Let's see. Oh, and it's a big one for Hogu, a three-pointer, a deep regret, summoned an ancient evil. And now that is his fourth, so he moves down here into level 2 on the Madness track. Fred gets his second one. It's a heavy regret. He read the King in Yellow. Oh boy. All right. So 2 cards, he'll still stay at level 1. Let's see. So this is it's going to cost 4 to catch. He only has 3 on his dice, but remember he got that dink card, that fish head. So he is going to spend that now. It reduces a fish difficulty by 1. When you spend a dink card, it just gets put on the bottom of the pile there. So there you go. He has caught himself a large fish. It doesn't have any cost to the catch. His eating ability is we refresh 2 dice, but gain 2 regrets. Okay, back over to Fred, who does still have a die. He will cast over here. And it's just a nice little black sea bass. All right, middling and fair. Cost 1. Unfortunately, he'll have to overspend to catch him. No pay or catch costs. So he just simply catches that, and now he's got himself 2 fair fish. Okay, back over to Hogu. So now Hogu is out of dice. So at this point, he would have to pass. The first time a player passes, it triggers the start of the end of the round. When it's only 2 players, it's a little more simplified. But basically, a player passes. He gets to either discard a regret, or he can draw a dink card. For Hogu, because he has 2 foul fish, he wants to stay at this level of madness, because that means that his fish will be worth their printed value. Where if he went back up 1, they'd actually be worth 1 less. So he will draw a dink card. He got a wallet. This is another one. He's discard it to reduce a shop cost by 1. And then now over to Fred. He is the last player who was not passed. Again, in a 2-player game, it's a little easier. So basically, he would have at most 2 more turns before the end of the round, or until he passes. And because he is out of dice, he will pass. He does not get the advantage of drawing a card, and then that will end our first day here in Deep Regrets. All right, so as soon as that happens, we will move the marker here, the lighthouse, up to the next day, and now we will start it all again. But now, starting on day 2 and then through the end of the game, we'll do all 4 phases of the turn. So phase 1, the start. Red sky at the morning. Move the day tracker up. Pass the first player token clockwise. So Fred will be our first player this turn. And discard all revealed fish at sea. So the corpse and the pram will be discarded. And then trigger any day effects shown on the day tracker. Nothing special happens on the tracker on Tuesday. And then the second part of the first phase is the reel in. If anybody was at depth 2 or 3, their boat would automatically move up 1. So that brings us to the refresh phase. First, we'll muster our courage. Fred rolls. He gets a total of 5. And Hogo is going to get a total of 7. So that means that Fred will once again get the life preserver. And now we can do phase 3, which is our declaration. So first is set your bearings. So starting with the first player, they decide if they are going to be at sea or if they are going to come into port. And I think that Fred is going to stay out. Right now, he only has, let's see. Well, I guess he would have a total of 9. Hmm. If he had a way to get rid of, um, no, he'll stay at sea for one more turn, and then Hogu. Let's see, he would have a total of 6. So I think he's going to stay at sea as well. And then the second part of this is equipping the rod and reel. So once they do go into port, they'll be able to buy uh, or have the option to buy a rod and a reel. And if you have multiples of those, you have to decide which one is going to be active for that day. Neither of them have it, so we will skip that. And now we get into the action. So here we go with some more fishing. So now again, Fred here, he has spent his can of worms, so they are not available to him until either he makes port or there are some actions that happen on cards that allow you to refresh that. So let's see. He does have the life preserver, which will give him a -2 cost. It's almost kind of tempting for him to drop down 1. I think he will. So he's going to drop a sinker. So spend a die. A die can be any value to do that action. He'll move down to depth 2. And now he is going to cast. He's going to choose the lucky middle stack. Let's see what we get. Oh, and it's a mermaid. Let's see. So no trigger abilities. This is going to cost 4 to catch. Oh boy. And then it is worth 4. If we catch it, we will gain a regret. And then we'll get to peak at 2 fish. Oh, and it's kind of unfortunate. Let's see. Well, you know what? We're gonna, since this black sea bass isn't really worth that much, we're gonna eat him. You can do this action at any time during your turn. So eating him, we can increase a die by 1. So we'll make that 1 a 2, and then we get to discard a regret. So we'll discard that heavy regret. And then we're going to spend our life preserver to make this a difficulty 2, and then we will spend that 2, and we've got ourselves a mermaid. The catch thing is that we have to draw a regret. Oh boy, and we got a deep regret. Disavowed my children. Oh, that's a dark one. All right. And then we get to peek at 2 fish. Okay, so same as with the can of worms. When you peek at a fish, you can choose to either put it back on top or you can put it at the bottom of the pile. So we're going to peek here. Let's see, it is a rot fish. We do have enough to catch that. Oh, and so this is one. If you catch it, it allows you to flip your can of worms. It is another foul one, though, and Fred's trying to stay on the tried and true path. But we're going to leave that on top, and then we'll peek at the middle one. Oh boy, this is a... Well, that's an interesting one. I haven't actually seen this card yet. A Whispering Skull. When you catch it, you display it face up in front of you. And once per turn, you may peek at a fish of your choice. Huh. Okay, I guess we will leave that one on top as well. All right, so that ends Fred's turn. over to Hogu, who is still up at level 1. And I think he's going to stay there. He's been having pretty good luck there. So he will now spend his worms. And we will peek here. Let's see. Oh, and that was a good one to peek at because basically he would just give this to Fred. So he's going to choose to bury that at the bottom of the stack. And then he will cast here on number 1. It is a middling and fair, a sheep sheed. Let's see. Well, he would have to overpay for it. But I think he will, because otherwise he'd still have to spend a die to not catch it. So he'll catch it. Nothing triggers, nothing to pay, and no catch ability. All right, so back over to Fred. Let's see. It would be interesting to get that skull, but right now we're trying to get money. So he's gonna blindly cast here. When we get a mollusk. So the reveal ability is to reveal all fish in this column. Oh, and that's a bummer because that means they're going to be discarded at the beginning of the next day if nobody catches them. Let's see. So it costs 3 to catch, which we can do, and it's worth 4, although for us it will only be worth 3 if we do indeed sell it. Boy, and his eat ability is draw 10 regrets and then discard 8. Oh. Oh, and then the other thing, any fish that, so all the foul fish, when they have that symbol, that also means when you sell the fish, you gain a regret because you are an awful person who just sold a foul beast to a poor shop back in the port. All right, so we'll catch the mollusk and add them to our hold there. Back over to Hogu. And Hogu, I think he's going to take advantage of those fish getting revealed. So he will, I guess it's not going to really, he'll spend a die to drop a sinker. And then he's going to cast here in the middle and catch the Whispering Skull. So when he catches it, he doesn't have to draw 2 regrets, which will bring him up to 6. So he'll still stay there. He gets a heavy regret. Oh, he spat on a Bible. Oh, that's a bad one. And a nagging regret of 1 point. Cheated at cards. All right, so yeah, 2, 4, 6. So he does stay at level 3 there. Back over to Fred. So now Fred is at a dice, so he'll get to pass. So he'll draw his free dink card. Oh, and it's a clump of seaweed. No effect, but hang in there. You'll be okay. All right. And then over to Hogu, who also does not have any dice. So he will pass, and that will end our Tuesday. And we're already up to Wednesday. All right, so Wednesday, move the day tracker. We'll pass the first player marker. Discard all face-up fish. So the rockfish goes away. And then the special ability on Wednesday is that everybody's can of worms flips over. So can of worms gets refreshed. And then reel in. So everyone's at depth 2, so they will rise up to depth 1. And I'll go to our refresh phase. So Hogu will roll his dice. He gets a total of 7. And then Fred, oh boy, Fred gets 3. So that means that Fred will once again get the life preserver. Declaration. I think that everyone is going to go into port for this turn. So they'll put their ships up there. They don't have any rod or reels to equip. So we'll move into the action phase. And now we are in port. So lots of fun things you can do here in port. First, you can. Oh, well, actually, sorry. Just when you make port, you would get to refresh your can of worms if they weren't already refreshed. You get to refresh any dice, which is nice. So Hogu will do that. He'll refresh that one. Oh, and he gets a 3. And then Fred's going to refresh all of his dice. And he rolls all 1s again. Oh, poor Fred. All right. And then optionally, you can discard a regret. Let's see. So Hogu, I think he will discard 1, which will keep him at 5. So he's still there. He'll get rid of that 3-pointer. And then Fred is going to discard his deep regret as well. So, but he still has 1, so he does stay at that level there. All right, and now they get just same thing, going back and forth. You get to take 1 action, and you can either visit a shop. There's a rod shop, the reel shop, a dice shop, or a supply shop. Sell fish, sell any number of fish, modifying their values based on where you are on the track, or you can mount. So when you choose the mount action, you can any open spots you have available, you can fill all 3 in one shot. You can fill just 1. But the thing is, once you do that, they are stuck there for the game. Unless you find so far I've only found 1 item in the game that allows you to remove them. But so usually not something you want to do early unless you somehow get lucky and get a really high value fish. But yes, once something is slotted into one of those 3 spaces, they are there for the game. All right, so for Hogu, he is going to sell to start things off. Let's see. He will sell the Haley's Folly, which is this is a foul fish, so that will give him 4, and then he'll sell the Ghoul Ray, which will give him 2 more. So he'll get a total of 6, and then he will have to draw 2 more regrets. Let's see. So he gets a heavy regret. Ooh, drink too deep from the well of sadness. And then another heavy regret. Lost an arm to an octopus. Oh, goodness. And then that, I believe, is going to... that brings him to 7. So now he goes down to another madness slot. So now he'll actually add 1 the next time he sells a foul fish. And then can now add 3 more dice, should he choose to, which he probably will. All right, so over to Fred. Let's see. What does Fred want to sell? I'm kind of tempted to mount that Marlin, but I don't think I will. I'm going to sell him, which will be worth 6, and then the mollusk will be worth 3, so I'll get a total of 9, and then he will have to draw a regret card. Let's see, he gets a heavy regret. Got embarrassingly seasick. Okay, and then we're gonna hold on to that mermaid. I may use his eating ability at some point. He has a pretty good one. But all right, so back over to Hogu, who now has some money to spend. So we are going to visit. He's going to visit the rod shop first, and he's going to just take a chance and hope that the top card is good. So he's just going to spend $1, and that allows you to just draw the very top card. And let's see. Oh, and he got a good one. The narwhal rod. All fish cost one less to catch. That is a fantastic rod to have, especially when you just draw one. So there we go. So he has any fish now will be one less harder for him to catch. Okay, that was his turn. Over to Fred, who now has a lot of money to spend. Let's see. So for Fred, he is going to he's going to visit the real shop, and he is going to he'll spend 3, which will allow him to draw 3 cards and keep one of them. So 1, 2, and 3. So we got the Reel of Fortune, Reel of Fortune, which is I think that's the one he's going to keep. Once per day, you can re-roll any of your fresh dice until they each have a value greater than 1. A manifold reel, once per day, you can set any 2 fresh dice to their highest value. Ooh, that's also good. And then the Reel of the Deep, once per day, if you are at sea, you may place your boat at depth 2. Actually, you know what? I think he is going to take the manifold reel. So once per day, you can set any 2 fresh dice to their highest value. All right. So unfortunately, he can't use that rate now because it is not equipped. You can only equip dice equip those items in the phase 2 of the action. So, all right, and then the other 2 cards get discarded and back to the bottom of the pile. Over to Hogu, still has 5 left. He is going to he'd like to add some dice since he can now have a total of 6. Let's see. He would have to spend all 5 to add 3. Unless he wants to do it one at a time. And he still doesn't have a reel. All right, so he's gonna right now he's gonna spend 1, take a chance on getting a reel, and he gets the Reel of the Infinite. Once per day, if you are at sea, you may move your boat down 1 depth. Okay, so that's good. That'll save him a die. Over to Fred, who still has $6 to spend. He's going to spend 3 to go to the rod shop. So again, he'll get to draw 3 cards and pick 1. So he gets a trolling rod, large fish, or one less to catch. The Rod of the Dead, that's a good one. You can choose to ignore a reveal and a catch ability on a fish. And the Rod of the Infinite, when you cast, you peek at the top 3 fish of the shoal. Ooh, place them back in any order before revealing the top fish. Oh, they're all good. Ooh, I kind of like that. We're going to take the Rod of the Infinite. So, which will hopefully help him stay out of any future madness. All right, over to Hogu, who still has 4 left. And he's going to spend 3 to get to draw 2 dice. So we have a bag of dice here. There are 3 different color dice. Yes, there's blue, green, and orange. The orange ones only have 2s and 3s. The blue ones actually have 2 zeros on them. So you're hoping for orange. And his first one is a blue. And when you draw a die, you do get to roll it. Ooh, an energy or fashion, that's a 0. And then his second die is also a blue one. You roll a 2. Okay. Back over to Fred, left with 3, and he is going to spend those 3, and he will also add 2 dice. Oh, actually, I forgot. He still has his life preserver. He's only going to spend 1. And then spend that. that'll still allow him to draw 2. Let's see. Oh, he got a blue one. And there, oh, there's going to be orange ones. All right. I'm going to 2 out of that. All right. And then over to Hogu, who still has $1 to spend. Let's see. He could get one more die, or he could get a supply. Let's see. I think he's going to get the one more die. So that'll bring him up to his total of 6 that he can have. If you ever have more dice than your max dice allow, they simply get put into your spent column. All right, so he reaches in. Oh boy, and he got a 3rd blue die. Oh, that was really bad luck for him. And then finally to Fred, he is going to spend $1 and get the top card of the supply. And oh, and he got the claw hammer. So that's the item I was telling you about. So you can use this at the port, return all of your mounted fish to your hand. So we'll put that in with his items. Back over to Hogu. So he is broke now. He could sell 1 fish, but he's going to choose not to. So he's going to pass. And so since he's the first one to pass, he'll get a dink card. Oh, and it's a pearl. Reduce a shop cost by 2. Which he can't do this time, because once you have passed, you cannot then jump back into the round. So the next time he goes into port, he'll have a couple cards to spend. And then over to Fred, he does have $1 left. I guess he'll spend $1 and get a supply card. And he gets black tea, which allows him to discard a regret. Okay. And then Hogu will get to draw a 2nd dink card because Fred did take a turn. He gets another, this is a bait, white bait, reduce a fish difficulty by 1. And then Fred now has to pass. So that will end our Wednesday, and we're already up to Thursday. Thursday is payday for the week. So first we'll pass the first player marker. There are no fish to discard out here. And then the action on the day is that everyone gets $3. So everybody back in the cash. All right. And then now we will we'll refresh. Oh, let's see. Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. So starting with Fred. He'll refresh his dice. And, well, he didn't do too bad. Let's see. For Hogu, he'll refresh. Well, you know what? He's going to keep that 1. He'll refresh this 1 die here. Oh, and he still gets a 0. All right. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so it'll be Fred once again who gets the life preserver. Now they have to declare where they're going, and they're both going to be going out to sea. Whenever you go back to sea, you always go to depth 1. And then now they need to equip their rod and reel. They each only have 1. So that's what they will do. I'll move the camera down here since we're back out to sea, at least for a couple turns. So they each only have 1, and so that's what they have equipped. All right, so here we go, starting with Fred. Let's see. I guess he is going to, he'll use his manifold reel right now, and he'll set these 2 dice here to their max value. So now he has them both at 3. All right. And then he probably does want to drop down at least 1. And he will. All right, so he'll spend a die to drop his sinker. And then the dice that you buy from the dice shop, once you spend them, they just get put back into the bag. So loses that die. And now here he is at depth 2. It is tempting to go all the way down to depth 3. Because then he does have 9 to spend. You know what? I think he's going to. He'll drop down again. So he is all the way down into depth 3. And here we go. So with his new Rod of the Infinite, it allows him to peek at the top 3 fish of the shoal and then place them back in any order when he casts. So we'll start right here. Let's see, we get a barrel eye, which is small and fair. Ooh, it allows you to peek at the fish at depth 2 of the column. Interesting. Oh boy, that's a bad one. A human. Oh boy, although it is worth 6. And then we have a treasure chest. Huh. Which costs 5. All right, so I think we're gonna put the treasure chest on top, then the barrel eye, then the human. All right, so we'll reveal the treasure chest. There is no trigger. It costs 5 to catch. Which, let's see, I don't think we have any. No, we just have an item to reduce the cost at the shop. But we do have the life preserver, so we will spend that. That reduces it down to 3. We'll spend a 3, and here we go. We have caught the treasure chest. So the catch payment is we discard 3 of our regrets. So we only have 2, so they'll get discarded. And then we are going to gain $8. So unfortunately, you can't have more than 10. So we'll only gain the 7. And then we take the top 3 cards of the supply deck and finally discard the treasure chest. So let's see what we got here. We got a cask ale, which allows us to discard 2 regrets. Cullen skink, which allows us to refresh 2 dice. And then finally, Haley's diving bell, discard to move your boat down 1 depth. All right, so that worked out pretty well. And there we go. There is our first turn. Now for Hogu. Let's see. He'll use his reel first, which allows him to move down 1 depth, and then he's gonna drop sinker with one of those zeros, and he'll come down to level 3. And then he's gonna use his worms, and he'll take a look at the middle shoal. Let's see, it's a gulper eel. Ooh, must be caught with exactly 2 dice. That's interesting. It only costs 4 to catch, but it's worth 6. He would be able to do that. Yeah, I think he will. All right, so no trigger ability. So he'll spend the 3 and the 1, which is exactly 2 dice. That die goes back into the bag, so it is caught, and there we go. So a potential trophy fish for Hogu. And now back to Fred. Let's see. So he is he'll cast here. And again, he gets to peek at the top 3. We know the first 2. I just want to keep burying that human. Ooh, a goblin shark. All right, that is interesting. So this one, catch abilities that you have to discard a small fish, which we will be able to catch here. All right, so we'll put them down like that, and then we'll reveal the barrel eye. Its trigger is we get to peek at the fish at depth 2. Ooh, which is an orca. Wow. When you catch that, you display it face up in front of you. Cannot be sold or mounted. All foul fish cost 1 less to catch. Interesting. All right, we'll leave that guy there. Let's see. This guy costs 2 to catch. And I don't think I have anything. I don't. So I'm going to have to spend a 3 to catch that guy. All right, back over to Hogu. Let's see. He'll cast over to the third. Oh boy, that's a mass of eyes. Oh my goodness. Large and foul. When it's revealed, oh boy, he's gonna gain 3 regret. Let's see, that is gonna take him. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gonna take him to 10. So he'll be all the way down here. So let's see, he's gonna get a nagging regret, a trivial regret, and a nagging regret. Oh, took the Lord's name in vain. Sat in oil in my nice new trousers and got a bad tattoo. All right, so Hogu is embracing the madness. Let's see. So this costs 4, although with his narwhal, it's only going to cost 3. So he can do that. There's no catch to pay. So there we go. Now he definitely has himself a trophy, maybe a prize catch. Let's see. Oh, and also he had his reveal was peek at 3 fish. So he'll peek here. Ooh, at Two-Face. That's an interesting one. Middling and foul. And then he'll peek in here. Oh, and sees that that's a goblin shark. All right. All right. Back over to Fred. So for Fred, he is going to he's going to eat the mermaid. So he gets to refresh 2 dice, gains a regret, and then peeks at 2 fish. So he'll refresh these 2 dice. Gains a regret. Gets a nagging regret, and then gets to peek at 2 fish. Let's see. So he'll peek here. Ooh, it's an oarfish. Another 6-pointer. And then he'll peek here and sees that Two-Face. All right, let's see. So for Fred. Oh, actually, he was down to 0 regret. But all right, so now he's back down to 1. Okay, so we'll cast here. There's that goblin shark. Ooh, the plug. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Display this face up on the table at the start of each player's turn. Discard the top leftmost fish in the sea. Oh, I don't think we want to unveil that. But, all right, we're going to leave them as they are. So we'll reveal the goblin shark. Let's see. So no trigger. Costs 4 to catch. And let's see. So we'll discard those 2. We catch them. The catch cost is that we do have to discard 1 small fish. So we discard Barrel Eye, and there we go. Now we have ourselves a trophy fish. Back over to Hogu. Still with 2 dice. So as you can see, as you get further into the game, you get more options. You can make your turns last a lot longer. He is going to... let's see. I forgot about my Whispering Skull, so he'll use that for this turn, and he will peek here. Oh, that's the Oarfish. And I think that that's where he wants to go. All right, so he'll cast here. All players discard a regret. So Fred gets to discard that 1 regret that he just had. And Hogu, it's probably not going to matter. He is going to have the most regrets, most likely at the end of the game. So he'll get rid of one of his 2-pointers. Let's see. So with his narwhal rod, that'll reduce it down to 4. And I could spend this guy to reduce it down to 2, and then I would still have a die left for next turn. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so for just a 2-point die, we get a 6-point fish. All right, and he probably has his trophy set all ready to go. Back over to Hugo, or back over to Fred rather. Let's see. He'll eat his Cullen skink, which allows him to refresh 2 dice. Oop. And oh no, it's 2 ones. Oh, bummer. All right. So he'll cast into the middle here. And let's see. What does he want to do? You catch that with just 1 die and then eat it to make... Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. All right. So like that, we'll reveal him. The reveal ability is you get to peek at the fish under this one, which we just saw. So we'll spend 3 to catch him. And then I'm just going to immediately use that to eat him, and I'll increase those 2 dice to 2. Back over to Hogu, who has that 1 die left. So he'll cast at the end here, and oh no, it's a big one. Huh. Let's see. Does he... I don't think I have a way. Yeah, well, it'd be silly to eat a 7-pointer to gain a 7-pointer. Oh boy, so unfortunately, he is not going to be able to catch that fish, so he does still have to spend a die. He'll get a dink card. And now, let's see. Back over here. Does Fred have a way to catch that guy? I don't think he does. Because he only has a total of 4. He doesn't have any way to reduce. All right, so he'll cast in the middle here. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna stick to the plan and catch that Gitter fin. All right, so we reveal him. The reveal ability is if you don't catch him, you give it to the player on your left. But we can spend the dice. And there we go. Back over to Hogu. He is done, so he is going to pass. Draws a card. Oh, and a crab. It reduces a fish difficulty by 2. And then Fred does not have anything left, so he will pass. That will end our turn. And now we are back, or now we are up to Friday. So we'll pass the token. We discard any revealed fish. The special ability on Friday is that worms refresh. And I don't think he did not spend his worms because he has that thing there. All right, and then we'll refresh our dice. Ooh, bad roll for Hogu. Or Fred. So it's going to actually be Hogu who gets the Life Preserver for this turn. I believe his first time. Oh, and everyone will reel in, so they'll move up 1. Let's see. I think that Hogu is going to go into port. And for Fred, boy, he really, really needs another fish. Um, huh. But he's back down to 3 cards. Or 3 dice, rather. Oh, and he does have that. Yeah, you know what? He is going to go into port as well. All right, so both guys go into port. So they've already their worms are refreshed. They can refresh any dice. So Hogu, yeah, actually, he's going to refresh all of them. And Fred is going to choose not to. Fred does not have any regrets to discard. Hogu will get rid of another heavy regret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that puts him back down here. Okay. So starting with Hogu, he is going to he'll take the mount action. So he'll put the mass of eyes into his prize catch. So that'll be worth 21 points. The oarfish there, and then the gulper eel. Oh, and they'll be modified. So that's actually going to be worth 28 points at the end of the game, if nothing changes prior to then. All right, so over to Fred. He is going to buy some gear. Let's see. So first, so unfortunately, he can only get 1 extra die now because of his madness level. So he'll spend 1 to get that die. It's a blue one, and it's a 0. Back over to Hogu. Let's see. He has 3 to spend. I guess he's going to spend it all at the supply shop. Let's see. And he's going to spend 5 to draw 5 cards and keep 3. He'll use this crab to reduce that cost down to 2, or by 2, so to 3. So he'll spend his 3, and now he'll get to draw 5 cards and keep 3 of them. So, looking for, oh, that's interesting. The absence allows him to discard. Because what's going to happen now at the end of the next turn, we'll tally up the points, and whoever has the most regret will have to discard their lowest trophy fish. If there's more than 2 players, they actually discard their highest scoring fish. As Jay joins us, welcome, Jay. Let's see. All right, so he's going to keep that to help him catch a fish. Ooh, although that one reduces the fish difficulty to 0. Let's see. And this allows him to refresh 3 dice. So actually, I think he's going to just understand that he's going to lose one of his trophy fish. So any fish that you have that aren't mounted, they're just worth their value modified by wherever you are on the chart. So, all right, back over to Fred, who does still have a lot of money to spend. He will, oh, let's see. Well, so he could buy some more dice. It's just he couldn't have them all active, but hopefully he would get something better than that. So I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to spend 3 to draw 2 dice out. Let's see. He gets another blue die, and that's a 0. And then, it does get an orange, and it's a 3. All right. So back over to Hogu, he's out of money, so he'll pass. He gets his free dink card, another reduced fish difficulty by 1. Back over to Fred. Let's see. I think he's going to. Hmm. You know what? I think he's just gonna pass, just so that Hogu doesn't get another free card. All right, so he'll pass. That ends the day, and we are at Saturday. We have reached the end of the fishing week, and let's see what happened. You know what? I'm sorry. Before, no, Fred's not going to pass because he forgot to. Um, he's going to mount his prize fish first, and the skitter fin for a trophy. Almost forgot to do that. Okay, so then that means that Hogu will get another dink card. Okay, now it's the end of the turn. And we are at Saturday. All right, so we'll pass the first player marker. No fish revealed. And Saturday is the special is that everybody gets a orange die out of the bag. All right. So, everyone's going to decide, or no, sorry, first we refresh. Let's see. So he'll re-roll that orange one to try to get it to a 3. And he does. Okay. So again, he can only have 4 right now, but if we get a chance to refresh some dice, we can do that. And then for Hogu, he will. Oh no! Oh boy! Oh, that did not work out well for him. Okay. They're both gonna go out to sea. And and they still just have the one item to equip. All right. So now for Fred. Let's see. He'll spend his Haley's Diving Bell to move his ship down 1. Because he really needs to he has a lot of points to make up for here. Oh boy. So I think he's just gonna go fishing here at depth 2. So he doesn't have to spend a die to move down 1 more. All right, so he'll go fishing here. Again, his Rod of Infinite allows him to draw the top 3. Let's see. Oh, there's 2 6-pointers. If we do catch the Orca, it would reduce the difficulty of these next 2. Or no, it would reduce foul ones by 1. Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna put the octopus on top and then the orca. All right. So the giant octopus, there's no trigger. It does have a special that it must be caught with exactly 2 dice. So for a total of 4, we'll spend those 2. That catches it. No catch ability. So there we go. Got ourselves a nice 6-pointer. Over to Hogu. He'll use his Reel of Infinite to move down. And then he'll spend one of those 1s to move down to depth 3. And let's see what he can do here. He'll use his worms. Take a look over here. Oh, that is a good one. Yeah, he'll leave that up. Doesn't have a trigger. Costs 3 to catch. Only costs 2 for him because of his narwhal rod. So he'll spend that orange one. Catches him. When you catch it, you get another regret, but you flip your can of worms. So he'll have access to his can of worms once again. Then back over to Fred. Fred's going to cast in the middle shoal. Oh, and there is a 7-pointer. Let's see. It must be caught with exactly 3 dice. Ooh. Which right now he only has 2. Okay. So, I think... yeah, we'll put him like this. All right. So we'll reveal that. And then he has an ability that you reveal a large fish from your hand, which he has the giant octopus, and he'll catch that one automatically. So there we go. Doesn't have to spend a die for it. Back over to Hogu, down to 2 dice, but does have his worm, so he'll use those again. He'll cast over here. Ooh, an abysmal star. Let's see. So that'll cost him 2 to catch. I forget, does he have one that reduces? He does. So we'll spend that guy. So it reduces it down to 1. Spend that 1. When it's caught, he's going to gain 2 more regret. And he gets to peek at 1 row or column. So he'll peek there. All right. So 2 6-pointers and that 5-pointer. Okay, and now he's got a lot of points there. So Fred really trying to play catch up here. Let's see. He'll cast over here. Let's see. Cost 2, must be caught with exactly 1 die. Huh. So I guess he'll have to spend that 3-pointer. Catches them. No special abilities on him. Back over to Hogu. 1 die left. Although I guess he could... Oh, and I forgot that he has that. All right, yeah, so he'll do that. So he'll cast here the giant isopod. He does not have a large fish in his hand, but he is going to use his bucket of chum, which reduces the fish difficulty to 0, but he gets 3 more regrets. But at this point, he's going to be the one that has the most anyway. So he catches that guy for no dice, and it's looking like Hogu is going to be the one that's going to run away with this. All right, back over to Fred, down to 1 die. Unfortunately, he didn't get anything that allowed him to refresh dice. So he'll go fishing over here. Let's see. And, oh, the Deep Dealer, that's an interesting one. When you reveal it, you get 2 regret, and then take the top 2 cards of the supply deck and discard him. But right now he needs points. All right, so he'll leave the frilled shark on top. Spends that die to catch him. Oh, and when you catch him, you have to discard a small fish. So he'll discard the lamprey. All right, over to Hogu, who does still have that 1 die. So he'll keep fishing. When he gets the Profound Peddler, so gains 3 regret. Oh boy, and he's got a lot of regret now. Take the top 3 cards of the supply deck and discard the peddler. Um, 1, 2, and 3. All right, and then unfortunately for poor Fred, he is out of actions as he is out of dice, and that's probably going to be the game. So he will pass, which they're not going to really do anything now. And then for Hogu, he could keep fishing, but I think we'll call it here as it looks like he is really going to run away with this. So at the end of the last day, we go here to the end. So the first thing you do is you deal with regrets. Obviously, it is going to be Hogu. When you only have 2 players, he has to discard the lowest value mounted fish. If you're at 3 or more, it'd be the highest value. So he'll discard his ore fish. And now we count them up. So fish in hand. Let's see. Oh, he ended up. Did he make it to 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, he did. All right. So he made it all the way down to the bottom of the madness. So fair fish are now worth 2 less, but foul fish are worth 2 more. Let's see. So that means he's going to have 4, 12, 17, 18, 19. Let's see. 25, 31, and then minus 4, so back down to 27. 34, 41, 48, 50, 52, 54. Oh, and then I forget to, oh no, because he's worth 0. All right, so Hogu ends up with 54. He doesn't have any money. For every 2 fish bucks, that's worth 1 point. All right, so 54 is the number to beat. This might be closer than I thought. So we're going to start, let's see. So he's all the way at the top. So his fair fish are worth +2. Oh, but the foul fish is going to be worth -2. So that is going to be 24, 34, down to 30, 36, let's see, 39, 41, oh, and 49 points. Is it? Oh, wait, 49. Oh, no, he's going to dismiss it. 50, 51, 52. So the final is 54 to 52. And it is the regrettable Hogu who was going to come out on top. So there we go, guys. That is Deep Regret. As I said, since I've gotten this, I have played it a lot. Such a fun game. I don't know. I love the quirky artwork. I love the offbeat humor in it. Really, really a lot of fun, and definitely a game that you know, the more you play it, the more strategy you'll see come up, and yeah, really, really a lot of fun. So, and just kudos to the designer and the game company. They did such a wonderful job with this Kickstarter. Right, you know, from the beginning of the Kickstarter campaign, everything was run so smoothly. They actually took a hit on when the game got shipped to the U.S. Because of the tariff situation, but they did not pass the cost along to the backers. So yeah, so really, really good company. Really looking forward to more regrets coming out soon. So again, as I said at the top, there is a expansion that will be coming out on Kickstarter in a couple months. There's a link down the show notes. You can go to the company's page to get more details on that. So yeah, there we go. I definitely, I'll be traveling with this game. So if I see you at an upcoming convention, and you'd like to play some Deep Regrets, let me know, and I'll always be happy to get this onto the table. So there we go. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Hope the rest of your week goes well. I should be back on Wednesday with some baseball, and then more baseball on Friday, and then we'll be off for a week. We're going to be traveling for the school break next week, so there won't be any shows next week. But until next time, my name's Steve. Get out there, have fun, play games, and I will see you after further review. Have a good night, everybody.